Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to a new video, and hello if you are new here, welcome to my channel. Today's video is super exciting for me because it's going to be my acne journey 1 year on from when it first all began. So it was about a year ago that I developed acne, so I'm going to be taking you through what's happened a year later and how my skin is doing. I spoke about it a few times on my channel already that I did develop acne around this time last year, and since then I've started a real passion and love for skincare and taking care of my skin and really just educating myself about what skincare ingredients that I need for my particular skin needs. And yeah, I just thought I would share some of that knowledge with you, share my experience with you, and hopefully it just helps just a couple of people watch this video, and if they're struggling they know it will get better. It just helps educate some people on tips and tricks and things that I've learned and my general experience. Before we jump into the video, I would really appreciate if you would subscribe to my channel, and please be sure to like and comment down below if you enjoy these types of videos, and any skincare questions, happy to take them in the comments box down below, or video suggestions. I do have a skincare series which each episode I do a different ingredient, product, skincare topic, so if you've got any suggestions for anything you want me to cover, then again just leave it in the comment box down below. Without further ado, let's get started. So we're going to start around a year ago. It was around mid-September to the end of September, and I know that because it was my anniversary and I woke up on the morning of my anniversary with lots of spots. So that was fun. I'm just going to do this bit very quickly because I do have a video on this and my experience with Epiduo and all of that, so I'll leave a link to that down below, but this is going to be a little more of a sped up version of the story. So my acne started completely randomly. It was completely just onset out of nowhere. I woke up one morning and I had lots of red bumps. It wasn't spots, but I had red bumps almost like under the skin, ready to surface. I kind of ignored it. I thought that's a bit random. Maybe I've used something that's irritated my skin. Maybe I've used a new product and it didn't agree with me, whatever. Moved on. 2-3 days went by. Didn't get any better, didn't get any worse, but it didn't get any better. And then a couple of weeks went by and it started to just get progressively worse. The red dots started to turn into spots. I started to get more red bumps. The spots started to get whiteheads. It just wasn't a fun time. I had never suffered with acne before, so I almost didn't really recognize that it was acne. I was almost a little bit in denial of the fact that I had all of these new spots. I thought, I don't get acne, I've never had acne. That's not what this is. I'm just having some kind of reaction. It'll go away on its own. It really actually took me a long amount of time to be like, right, okay, something needs to be done about this. In my head, I kept just thinking, it'll get better, just give it another week, give it another week. That was what my mindset was. After about 2 months of being in denial, I realized, right, okay, I've got acne now. That's what this is. I need to do something about it. It was at this point that I went to the doctors. So I went to the doctors just before Christmas. I got some antibiotics and I got some Epiduo, which is a topical cream for your face. So I'm not going to get too much into that because, like I say, I do have a video on that. My video is mostly around my experience with Epiduo and the side effects that I faced, which were pretty horrific. The side effects were pretty bad, but in the long run they have been worth it. But at the time it felt like literal hell on earth. It felt like nothing was going to get any better. Very briefly, the doctor gave me Epiduo and told me to apply it every single day. He warned me of how strong it was, said maybe start off with an hour, the next night do 2 hours, 3 hours, and wash it off each time. So that's how I started off, and eventually I built up to using it every single night, wearing it overnight. And that took about a month before my skin could actually tolerate it, before I could put it on, go to bed, and not want to rife the skin off of my face, because my skin would be so itchy, it would be red, it would be inflamed, it would have rashes. It was just, it really wasn't fun. Epiduo definitely made my skin worse before it made it better. It has a purging sensation, so it goes deep into your pores, pushes out all of the rubbish, and you start to purge. So I had around a month of new spots, purging, rash. My skin was so dry, it was literally like crocodile skin. If you touched it, it would just flake off. In that time, it felt like the end of the world. It felt like it was never going to get better. It felt like it was constantly just getting worse. I was never going to get used to this cream. It just felt like nothing was going to work. However, in this, patience is key. For me personally, after using Epiduo for a really long time, actually, a good 3 months before things actually started to get better. So there was a month of it being really bad, and then it took the next 2 months before I was like, right, okay, like we're really on the up now, like this is going the right way. That brought us to around March time, and at this time I didn't have any more, or I had very little active acne, so I had no spots. But now I was left with the repercussions of 1,000,001 scars all over my face. For me, my acne was only really here, down over. I never really got anything on my nose or on my forehead. I don't think I've ever had a spot on my forehead. For some reason, that just doesn't happen for me. It's around this area and around my mouth and my chin. That is where tends to be the most congestion. In a way, it was almost worse than the acne, because in my mind, the spots and the acne, they were all very, I'm not sure how to say it, but each spot would only be a few days. Then I'd be like, oh, well, it's gonna go. It's fine. A spot only lasts a couple of days. And then I get a new one. But then I think it's okay. That one will only last a couple of days. Then that one will go. But when you have a scar, that's permanent then. So you would have a scar and you would know, right, okay, this is not gonna go for a really long time. If you know anything about acne scars, they just take time. There are certain ingredients and certain things you can do with your skincare to speed up that process. But essentially, the main thing that you need to heal those scars is time, which is very, very annoying. I had to do a little bit of research into acne scarring because, like I said, I'd never had acne before and I didn't know how severe it was, how long it was going to last. So you essentially have lots of different type of acne scarring. I'm not going to get into that in this video because I'm going to do a whole separate video on acne scars and how I dealt with it. This is more just like a sped up version of my story, just how things are 1 year on. The scars started out really quite bad. You could tell they were very red, very bright, and just visible, should I say. So I did all of my research, I found out what I needed to use, how often I needed to use it, and I completely changed my skincare routine to now not look at active acne but to deal with acne scars, because you need different things for those two types of scenario. Everyone's skin is obviously different and everyone's skin is going to heal at different paces. I know some people that have healed up their acne scars like really quite quickly, but it's just really dependent on how your skin reacts to the products that you use and how deep the actual scars are. I remember around this time I would look and analyze my skin in the mirror probably about 10 times an hour, trying to justify it and go, okay, so there's only that one, and that one, and then it'll be fine. And then like one of them would start to fade and I'd be like, right, okay, but now this one's quite noticeable. So it's this one, and this one. But you can do that for as long as you like. All you've got to do is you've just got to give it time. You've just got to be patient. You've just got to trust the process. Your skin is constantly regenerating. So that scar is going to go. You just have to wait for that layer of tissue to turnover, you know? Certain products that you can do can speed up that cell turnover and can get the fresh skin to the top faster to get rid of the scars. However, until that happens, the main thing is just you've just got to be patient. You've just got to let that process do what it needs to do. I would say it's took me to about July, end of July, to get to a point where I was like, right, I'm happy with how my skin looks without makeup again. That's a good 4 months for me personally to get to a point. I still do have some scarring. I don't know how well you can tell, but I have a little few on my chin here and I have a tiny few around by my mouth here, but they're nowhere near as visible as what they used to be, and they're definitely nowhere near what they used to be where they were just all over the face, you know? Around this time was around when I started my YouTube channel as well. So I'd wanted to start a YouTube channel for literally the last year and I kept putting it off, just didn't want to do it, didn't have the confidence, thought no, I'm not going to do it, I'm just going to wait. This obviously happened, so I thought the last thing I want to do is sit and get in front of the camera and do like makeup tutorials. I actually started my YouTube channel in April when I had still really bad acne scarring, because I just thought, you know what, there's no time like now. I don't know how long this is going to take to go. If it takes another 6 months, that's another 6 months I'm put off doing it. I'm just going to start. Now when I look back and watch some of those videos, it's quite bad when I look back on my first few videos, but it's come on leaps and bounds since then, and every day it just gets better. So these few that are left, they just get better every single day, to the point where I don't even really think about my scarring anymore. Like, it's not even a thought in my mind anymore, whereas 5-6 months ago it was the only thought in my mind all day every day. How does my skin look? How does this look? Is this one visible? Is my makeup covering it? Is this? I get it. I know everyone is obviously not as fortunate as me, and not everyone's acne journey can start and end within a year. I feel like I've been very lucky in the sense that the cream that the doctor gave me worked. It took its time, but it just worked. So I have dropped down my use of that now, and I don't use that anywhere near as frequently because my skin just doesn't need it. Hopefully this is just a little bit of inspiration. If you have recently developed acne, you're dealing with acne scars, you are somewhere along this journey, whether you're near the beginning or near the end, this is just a little bit of inspiration to let you know that it does get better, and it will get better. You just have to be patient and you just have to go through the process. Everybody is different, and if your acne is onset for a different reason, it might take a lot longer to clear than what mine has. Or again, if your skin tolerates Epiduo a lot better than mine did, it might take a lot less time to clear. There really is just no telling. It's all really about just trial and error, trusting the process, and just sticking at your skincare and making sure you're using the right products for what your particular issue is. I really hope this video has helped you in some way, shape or form just kind of understand what the process is, or give you a little bit of just motivation and inspiration that it will get better. Trust me, it definitely will get better. Just don't worry about it. Like, I know it feels like the end of the world when you have active acne or you have scarring, and if you're confident and happy with it, then go you, because I personally couldn't do that at the time. Looking back now, I think how much time and energy I wasted being stressed about it, feeling rubbish about myself, like inspecting it in the mirror. You just gotta let it go. It is what it is. You can't control it. Your skin is gonna do what it needs to do regardless. All you can do is the best to speed it along in that process. So all you can do is what your dermatologist tells you. Do your own research, find out what you need to do for your own personal skin, and that will just speed up the process. But just don't worry about it. It will get better. Trust me. That is the end of this video, you guys. Like I say, I hope it's just helped even one person just feel a little bit better and feel like there is a light at the end of the tunnel. Then this video has served its purpose. I will be doing a separate video on scarring and how to deal with acne scars, so I will get that video up soon for you guys. But in the meantime, any questions, leave them down below, or any other skincare concerns or skincare videos that you want me to put out, and I will do that in the next episode of my skincare series. Just let me know. Thank you so much for watching. If you've made it to the end, I would really appreciate if while you were here you would subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!